I can't just launch the game. I gotta have it log into Ubisoft Connect first and do all its stuff. It's not asking if it can make changes to this device this time. That's different. Usually it does. My computer has rebooted since last time, so I'm kind of hoping that I'm not gonna run into the same issue of it constantly crashing like every 20-25 minutes. Because that was not fun. Well, more not fun, I should say. Rephrase. So, it is a few days later. It is now the 7th of July. I said I was going to try to get through this game a bit faster. And I'm staying true to that. I'm trying to get through this game a little bit faster. Do some streams a little bit in closer succession. Part of me is almost tempted to see if I can beat the main game before Fragapalooza, and then I do one of the DLCs at Fragapalooza. I don't think that's gonna pan out, though. I think there's gonna be still a little bit much main game left for me here. But I can look up if the DLC stories are self-contained, like, in that it doesn't rely on you needing knowledge of the ending of the game. I wouldn't mind doing one of the DLCs of this start to finish at Fragapalooza anyway. Let's see here. Continue exploration. I just figured I'd do a little bit of this tonight. Do I have a massive ton of motivation for doing it? Not particularly, but I want to chip away at some more things. I do want to finish off some things, like Final Fantasy VII and Dark Deity 2 before Fragapalooza. Next week? Week after? The 7th today. So, yeah, next week is when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. I don't know how long that game's gonna be. But I can probably have Dark Deity 2 beaten before then. Final Fantasy VII, probably not, but I'll probably have it beaten sometime shortly after. And then this, if I can just get a good foothold in it, that would be great. Because, I mean, even, let's say I do beat it before the end of the year. Will the daily uploads of this end before the end of the year is one thing that has occurred to me. Because Assassin's Creed Odyssey was what, like 280 parts, 284? It was something like that. It was 280 something or other. And out of 365 days in a year, that is a lot of the days of the year. So if this is going to be a comparable length in total by the time that I'm done with it, and we're currently just over the 100-part-ish mark, well, we're at like 114 or something like that now, I don't remember. If we're potentially going up to like 280, but we're missing like half the year is already gone through, it's like, oh, I should be a little bit more on top of this. Never even knew about DK's release date, so I'm very surprised it's coming out so soon. Only reason why I know is because I'm constantly checking in like my schedule channel in Discord. Like, if I wasn't writing this down and like checking it myself, I would not know these things. I hope it's going well today, False Souls. Here, the boopity bop, the this. So I check this sometimes when I'm doing an inventory of stuff that's coming up. And then it's really easy for me to keep track as well. So this goes twofold for like, oh, if anyone wants to know the upcoming playthroughs. But honestly, I'm probably the one that uses this the most because I'm always like, wait a second, what day is that coming out again? And then I keep it in the back of my mind because I have them written down and stuff like that. So we currently have Aesir Valhalla. These are nearing the end. If I can finish them up before Frag, great. I want to do this before Frag, but that'll be like one short stream. And I was thinking about doing that tonight, but I was like, let's chip away at some more Aesir Valhalla. This is like I've done all the main stuff I wanted to do. I just play it with family when that comes up and stuff. And I forgot to write this down before. After the 24-hour Cherry Stream 12, I forgot I gotta do that blog one of these days, which is apparently really short, so that would also be like a really short self-contained stream. So I have a whole bunch of stuff that's like, oh, just do like 1 to 2 more streams and then it's finished off. So I have a whole bunch of things that I can knock off. I don't know how long Bonanza is gonna be. Probably not particularly long. If I had to guess, probably just like a handful of streams game. And I'll probably have it beaten before Frag as well, most likely. And I'm gonna be super on top of things and stuff is gonna be great. So that's kind of what I'm thinking when it comes to the current game stuff going on around here, but Aesir Valhalla, I know it's not gonna get finished off anytime soon, which is why I figure, like, part of me feels kind of like going to sleep, part of me feels like I can be awake for a while, and I may as well chip away at something. Let's just chip away at a little bit of Aesir Valhalla, because this is gonna take friggin' forever. Man. Show me that alliance map there. Should I do this thing? I assume that's part of the main game because it's part of the Order of the Ancients thingamabob. Do I have enough juice in the tank for a full one of these? Would this be shorter? Would it be longer? What is this exactly? I don't know. It says suggested power 160. So it's actually the lowest level thing. It's not red. You know what?
What can you tell me of Vinland?
Sure.
Is it a real place or merely a rumor?
Rumor or not, I found someone willing to sail you there. She claims to have seen it once before.
If she's willing to risk her life beside me.
And this isn't like a DLC thing, it's set up like it would be.
Nessa is her name. Meet her at the docks when you are ready to leave.
Does she use water-type Pokemon? I will travel to Vinland. Territory pledged, Vinland. Okay.
I will go now and end the life of Goran Kjotvisson where the Valkyries cannot find him.
Not Sigurd is
voyage, Eivor.
being edgy over there still. You cool, my dude? You cool. I'm just gonna break your table or something. Speak to Nessa at the docks. So I'll chip away at some things here. I'll probably do a DLC of this start to finish at Frag, just like I did the Legacy of the First Blade, History of the First Blade, whatever the heck it was called in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm pretty sure it was called Legacy of the First Blade. With that there game. I'll do that start to finish. I didn't really have a proper game in mind for what main thing I would do start to finish at Frag this year. Every LAN event, I usually try to have, like, a game that I'm doing start to finish. Hello, Snow Penguin. How's it going there? But I didn't really have anything in mind for Frag this year. But it might be good to not go in with anything particular in mind, because my friend from Germany, Finn, is going to be coming for this year's Fragapalooza. So chances are we're probably going to end up doing a bunch of multiplayer stuff together. So I might not even have the time, plus like the 4 tournaments that I'm hosting, to really do even a short game start to finish. So maybe just like Assassin's Creed DLC, one of them, and then a bunch of multiplayer games with him, tournaments, and then that's the stuff there. But yeah, we're doing pretty alrighty here. We got our seats, but my little cousin has not. We have a freaking weird thing going on here. I can just look up if I go to Fragapalooza. Let's see here. Go to the website. So in terms of the Frag situation, we did want to get all our seats kind of in the same area. We didn't quite. Whoops. We have essentially 2 groups with our total squad. Technically 3 if you count my cousin, because he's always at the staff table. I don't know if he picked a seat at the staff table, probably. Why is my browser being so laggy? What the heck is going on here? I swear I rebooted my computer since the last time, so we shouldn't have much in the way of issues. Melbosa. He's gonna be somewhere at one of these, but that's always the case. Oh, look, there he is. Here's my cousin. Man, this is being a little bit laggy. I claimed here. Is where I claimed. I'm probably gonna be sitting here, most likely. Is gonna be the case. Because I wanted to be close to the stage for the tournaments, so I can run cables there back and forth, and then it's also easy for those that are playing in the tournaments to come and chat with me, and me not being on the other side of the venue. It worked out great last year. But do I need to click on another seat to... Okay, I can't just click on the open space there. I was in... Well, everything's blue now. I was in this seat last year. So I ideally wanted to go there again this year. But that's claimed. And even if it wasn't claimed, this is all claimed by a clan anyway. So I wouldn't be able to there. And I only found out later that apparently the Fragapalooza Friends and Family group as a clan can specifically request like certain sections to be reserved. And during the clan reservations where stuff like this is claimed, I need to do that, / a little bit in advance of that so I can get, like, the exact seats that I want. So I'm going to start doing that next year onward, because this probably worked out the best. It's right close to the stage. You have a fire lane, so there's extra width, and then there's place for people to, like, play their sets and stuff here. We want it to be a row of 3 here, with Finn, who's there, Brand, my cousin's younger kiddo, and myself. I'll probably go here... She'll probably go there, and Finn will probably go here, or something like that. Because he's just going to be there with a laptop, and then I can set this up as, like, a station for people to play their sets and stuff. And then there's that space, and she doesn't have to worry about being next to a bunch of people playing their sets. But we wanted to have, like, either one long row with my other little cousin and his buddies, or being on other sides of the fire lane like we were last year. That is not the way that it panned out. He is here, so we are on opposite sides of the same lane, but, like, across a decent ways because of, like, all the clan reservation stuff. So he's claimed this area with his buddies. And that's the way that's working out here. That's their little group of 3. So we have 2 groups of 3 in opposite corners across the fire lane. So we're not quite super close and convenient, but what you gonna do? We could have taken, like, a whole row or something like that in the proper Fragapalooza friends and family area, like down here or something like that, wherever it is. But then I wouldn't be close to the stage. So we're doing something weird like that is what's going on. And my cousin's younger kiddo needs to claim that seat already, so we have, like, our row 3 established. Fingers crossed, yep. Here's hoping there, but, you know, she should claim that. At least it's reserved for Fragapalooza friends and family, so there shouldn't be any risk of anybody sniping that, unless there's some maniac in the Fragapalooza friends and family group. This was just anyone could claim it, but Melbosa, one of the main frag people, the vice president, luckily marked these 3 as for friends and family only, like that group, just to make sure that no randos, like, snipe it, so we should be good. Big thanks to him for that, and for working with me through, like, the crazy seating complications, so we got that sorted out, and we'll be set up right there, so that was the craziness of figuring out the seating. But next year, I'll probably try to go, like, here or something like that. Maybe we'll have, like, our 2 groups like we had last year, but I was a little bit late and didn't realize with, like, the clan reservation, so, oh well. I'm sure cat foreigners will be super cool and stuff, and they're awesome people. Anyway, been continuing to print frag dragons. This one's been printing literally all day, because I'm a little bit dumb. I am a little bit hesitant about that model, because the full feet don't print solid onto the ground. They print going upwards a little bit. So, like, when it first starts printing, these toes are just dots like that, and then they go upwards, and then they connect, kind of like that. It's not one solid object flat to the ground. So it's just a tiny little triangle that it prints at first, and then it works its way up. So it makes it really susceptible to peeling. So I was trying to print it in transitioning filament earlier today. It wasn't working. It just kept on peeling and failing, so I kept on retrying. I eventually loaded my red and figured, like, oh, let's try a Canadian variant here, where I do the same thing, but red instead of black. And after a couple tries that seemed to work, I told it to print at like 30 or 40% speed at first, just because I was scared about it peeling. And then I forgot to disable that speed. Like, once this all fused together, I could set it to full speed and then not have to worry about anything peeling off. And I forgot to do that. And I wanted to go to Taekwondo tonight, so I was looking at the time like, oh wait, it's gonna want me to color change. And I don't want to leave it unattended waiting for a color change for like an hour plus, because if I do that, then my machine is just gonna jam. Hi, Sigurd. And then it's gonna be like a pain to unjam. The print might fail because I might not unjam it properly in time. I might need to disassemble the tool head as I had to semi-recently for one of these dragons. I was like, okay, I don't want to increase its speed now because I worry that it's gonna be ready to color change while I'm away. Don't want to risk it potentially jamming there by just waiting and waiting and waiting for that color change. So I just left it going slowly. So this print that would normally be like 8 hours has been, well, so much more. It's going at full speed now. Now that I'm back home and don't need to worry about that. I color change it to the final color and everything is good. But
Good day to you,
yeah, that's been going all day since this morning because I'm dumb. So,
Randvi said you would be my guide.
sometimes it be like that.
That's right.
As long as it prints well, whatever. Not like I'm in a major rush.
That's right.
I'll have enough for the event.
Randvi called it Vinland.
One and the same. It is a 3-week trip by longship. Arduous, dull, possibly fatal.
Should we survive, you will be compensated.
Eivor, before you go, you must be dressed as a thrall when you arrive. To be seen
Seemed
as
like
you
the
are
frame
with
rate was
race
lower in the
suspicions.
last shot, but then it improved when
Gorm
the
runs this
camera
new
changed
town,
over.
and it is a good bet all but a few will be loyal to him.
Good thinking.
Only taking care of our prize Strenger. First things first, Eivor. My ship, my rules. Second, you follow the rules. Third, if you listen to my rules, you live.
Understood.
Good. Let me know when you're ready and we'll get going.
Okay, when going to Vinland, your equipment and inventory is left behind until your return? Is this a DLC thing? Should I save it for a later time like Frag? Hold on. Let me look this up here. Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, Vinland? Did I just look that up? Oh, this is the thing that I looked up that one time and it said that it's located in modern-day America. What? Vinland is located in modern-day America and can only be accessed by Eivor after uncovering one of the Magisters of the Order of the Ancients that has fled to this faraway land. With Hytham and Ranvi's assistance, Eivor will be able to give chase, but must do so without their current gear and wealth. So, is it actually a longer one? There's 5 quests to it. There's usually 4 parts to most of these story quests, but sometimes there's like 2 missions that are on the shorter side and go hand in hand. So, 5 different carbon ingots across enemy camps. Is it DLC? Because it's kind of... I mean, it wouldn't be if it's a member of the Order of the Ancients that I'm going to, right? Norse exploration of North America. Why is my computer lagging so much today? Ever since I booted up AC Valhalla here. Vinland's location. Vinland Saga. Valhalla Vinland Saga. And it's only 45 minutes. Is that the entire Vinland Saga? If it is on the shorter side, I'll take a shorter one start to finish this stream. That worked great for me. But so slow. Also known as St. Brendan's Land, is an area of coastal North America ranging from near what is now Turin, New York to the Canadian island of Newfoundland, explored by Norse Vikings during the Middle Ages. Okay, it surely can't be DLC if it's all about going after the Order of the Ancients thingamabobs here, so... You know what? Sure, we're doing this tonight. Sure, I don't know.
And dressed apart. To Vinland we go.
Sure, leave my gear behind. Well, this would have been a good self-contained thing that I could have done during Frag. Nah, I got DLC stuff that I can do there, I guess. Well.
3 cold weeks in the Whale Road. Past mountains of ice and kingdoms of stone. Saga lands. All this way to kill a man. Gorum Kjotvisson, the son of my father's old foe.
Oh? I didn't know that before.
What work does the Order have so far across the open sea?
I guess we'll find out. We're sitting towards the front, meaning like the entrance kind of bit there, I presume? Kind of front? Cool looking boat. Gotcha. Well. Wait. Oh, that's me there. I was like, that doesn't look like Eivor looking at the guy steering the ship. Alright, well. Fun little journey. We made it to Vinland. Okay. That wasn't a sploosh sound like you'd think there would have been. No more mast. Guess it's been taken down.
Someone in charge. I'd better step with care.
And I waited until I did that before I hopped off the boat.
You look stronger than most of the others. What's your name?
Yora of Jorvik.
Yora, as in horse?
My father never wanted children. What is this place?
Newhaven, a wild place found on no map.
Are we settling here?
That is not our plan. Too many wild folk in the woods.
They threaten us?
You ask too many questions, horse. Your task is to keep your mouth shut and do as I tell you. Now, unload that ship and then I'll have you carry those carrots.
Hildy! Hildy! We can't find Olaf.
Loki's ass, not again.
We cannot send
Amazing
supplies to
voice
Gorm
acting.
without his guidance.
Ugh. Pull what supplies we have to the nearest camps then. Gorm's men will do the rest.
Let me go. I can carry whatever supplies Gorm needs.
That's Olaf's job, horse, not yours. You stick to this port and keep your head down. Ask around about Olaf. Someone must know where he has run off to.
Vinland arc starred. Vinland Saga. Oh, I just got a Steam achievement. Pioneer. Reach Vinland.
He may know where Godham is.
Okay, well, we're doing something very different tonight, then. Hunting ground. So is this its own little map? Oh, it is. Okay. I guess I'll get viewpoints for fast travel. Why did he just drop his thing? Oh, I still have my abilities and everything. I have none of my rations. I don't have any of my stamina. I could certainly use that. But yeah, with other Frag stuff here, last year for Fragapalooza 2024, my game to do start to finish was Metroid Prime 2, which I was unsuccessful in doing start to finish at Frag, and I had to finish it here at home on my own time. But I do wonder if I should have, like, a main playthrough game or not. Or what should exactly be the plan. Because again, 4 tournaments, probably going to be doing a whole bunch of multiplayer games. I don't know for how long Finn is going to be at Fragapalooza. We'll go there in 2 vehicles, so that, like, in 2023. If he wants to dip out and do something else, he can dip out and do something else. But he does like being a part of the event and checking it out and participating and stuff. But I imagine that he'll probably be going home, like, here during the nights, rather than sleeping there. And if I'm doing a whole bunch of game stuff late into the night, maybe I can brainstorm some good game that isn't gonna take too long? I don't know. Oh, weird shadowy effect on that waterfall for a sec. I gotta consider some stuffs. Maybe it'll just be a whole bunch of rapid-fire short games or something like that at Frag this year. That's maybe what'll end up being the case. Alright, let's go see about these rumors. Daily concept art. Oh. Whoops. How do I... Oh. So you can see, like, concept art and stuff? That'd make a cool thumbnail, wouldn't it? Okay, well. I was about to say, was that the only point of interest added there? Looks like there's some other stuff, like... I don't know what that is. Hovering over it doesn't tell me, but... Whatever, that's okay. So, do I have... Nothing? I guess we're gonna have to pick some stuff up here. I don't have my kicking sword. Ah! The coolest place. Oh, it still says it at the top there. No, it's gone. Never mind. We never get to find out what it is. But yeah, I do have my list of games that I would like to get through sometime this year. Of, like, excluding new releases that have yet to come out. Like, for example... I'd like to play through the first game of Xenosaga at some point. I figured maybe this year I would finally get around to playing Bloodborne as the next Soulsborne series. Or maybe I'd play Demon Souls or something like that instead. Mix things up, I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing something like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness after I did Colosseum a couple of years ago. I'll probably do Mario and Luigi Dream Team at some point, since I try to do at least one Mario and Luigi and one Paper Mario game each year, so that one day I have all the Mario RPG games done. So I have all sorts of games in mind like that, but I have a hard time imagining any of them being beatable during Frag. So I might have to brainstorm stuff that wasn't as high on my priority list for doing this year, but just up there on my priority list for doing at some point. Or just things that intrigue me that aren't going to take super long. And
Send me home, Helgi. I heard Gorm took a strap.
so I'm going to have to do some brainstorming here.
The fool stole goods to trade with the Skrelling.
So Gorm
I'm just
dragged him
eating
out
someone's
to the
soup or something.
storehouse for a beating. That explains the mess.
There's Olaf was trading with locals. Good to know there are other folk around.
Gorm locked Olav in the storehouse. Oh, where's the storehouse? Is that other information that I need to gather? If I do this, will it mark important things? Is this other evidence?
Smashed
Oh.
crates. Somebody crawled off, left a trail of blood. Finding Olaf.
Ripped letter. Sister, wish you were here, because I'm in big trouble. Gorm found out about our trading venture, and now he wants to nail my head to a post. I need to get out. Punch!
Someone broke through here, made quite a mess. Could be Olaf went this way.
Oh, I have a quest objective now. Over there. Well, I guess I can fast travel right here.